sucker!
Keith Lee. I was just talking about that just last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just said that one of the guys, one of the ex-writers, was talking about Keith Lee, and then I made a quote on top of that as far as you know, people having to, the company having to, to trust you, and people equated that to things that didn't have any relevance to what I was talking about. But at the end of the day, I said Keith Lee is going to have to make a believer out of those guys. And in between then and now, I don't know what happened. Keith Lee is a guy that's got a abundance of talent. AEW is a company that's looking for guys. New Japan is a company that I think Keith Lee fits in perfectly. I think he'll be okay as far as working in the business. There again, I don't know what Keith Lee's ailments were or anything like that. I don't know if that has anything to do with his firing or his releasing or anything like that. But I'm shocked, man. Nia Jax, I'm definitely shocked at that name being in that group right there because, man, I thought Nia Jax was one that was going to be around for a long, long time. Just because, there again, I thought she was talent. Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross, man, I must say, he has been, he was, took out of the frying pan and threw right into the fire, bring him up to the main roster. And then, the wardrobe changes. I'm sure that didn't happen. And the thing is, also, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'm quite sure Karrion Kross was probably a little perplexed about, man, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, we all were.
And the reason I say that is because just a minute ago, I was the most over son of a gun in NXT, the company had. I was a champ. And then all of a sudden, come over, like I say, wardrobe change, no Scarlett. The fans not buying into it at all.
Lose on my first night.
Exactly. I'm sure he had to be wondering what the hell was going on as well. So I don't know, man. There again, man, we're in a different place, different time as far as this business going. For me, it's hard to speak on it. I'm gonna have to let one of these young guys, I'm gonna bring one of these young guys on the show and let them talk about it because it's hard for me to speak on what they're going through right now in this turbulent world of professional wrestling and trying to keep a spot. Back in the day, it was only so few spots, but once those spots were was secured, they stayed secured for a long damn time, and the business has changed now, man. You name me 10 guys that walk out of the curtain that make you feel a certain way.
Right. I mean, it'd be hard. It'd be hard to do.
Right. It would be very hard.
You might be able to get there, but it's not like back in the day.
You know what? You're not going to even be able to get there. You're not going to be able to name 10 guys that make you feel a certain way when they walk out of the curtain. You're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to do it. And now back in the day, damn near every guy that walked out of the curtain, almost every one of them, WCW, WWF, almost every one of those guys, no matter who they were, they made you feel a certain way when they walked out of the curtain. Whether you liked them or not. I don't care if they were Coco Beware or, Tess. I don't care what name you name.
Test was dope.
No, I'm serious. I don't care what name. The Test wasn't even a guy that was high up on the radar as far as the top guy. But what I'm saying is, you name me 10 guys today. You guys out there in the chat, you put them up. 10 guys that walk out of that curtain that make you feel a certain way when they come out, to make you want to buy a ticket, to make you want to go, jump. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think that might be part of the problem. I really think that way.
I think it could be part of the problem, but I also think we're talking about two different things right now. I think that we're talking about these people just got released, and a lot of them, I mean, it's said, this is the line that's been said. Now, I don't know if this is real, but everyone says it's budget cuts or what have you, right? Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. I don't have a thing, but apparently John Laurinaitis is the one who made, he's the head of talent relations. He made the emails or the text or the calls and said budget cuts for everybody. That's the rumor online right now. That has nothing to do with their work or their ability or how they made you feel. I think, again, a lot of these guys, had they been positioned better, they could have done more. I do think there's a certain perspective where you could look at it as like you just got to make the best of what you have and hope that that's enough. But sometimes it's not, right? Sometimes it's not. And the fact that some of these guys and girls who've been released, I'm a little shocked at. Like, to be honest with you, Nia Jax, I'm not super shocked at. I think that she just never fully, in my opinion, I never connected with her. I never had that full connection with Nia Jax. Even when she was working WrestleMania with the title, I didn't feel it. I felt it with Charlotte. I felt it with Sasha. I felt it with Alexa. I felt it with Becky, Bianca, all those names. I didn't really feel it with Nia. And I just don't know if it was her lack of experience, because she kind of went to NXT and then right to the main roster and didn't have a lot of time to develop her toolbox, for lack of a better term.
You know what? With Nia, I mean, I love Nia. One of my favorite people. But the one thing I think with Nia was, instead of being a monster, she still wanted to be a diva.
Right.
And I think, Awesome Kong, there's no frills there. I'm coming to lay waste and leave havoc in the middle of this ring. And that's something that I never really got from Nia Jax. And that's something that I so wanted from Beauty and the Beast. That's what the title for me for Nia Jax would have been. Beauty and the Beast. And she would have been beastly when she was in that ring taking care of her business. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Like I say, it's being able to separate yourself in this day and age of professional wrestling. It is so hard, man, because you got so many guys on the roster. You got so little time. And in that little time you got when you're out there, it's micromanaged to the point to where sometimes you're not even out there, it's somebody else out there. You just, doing all the moves and whatnot. So to be able to set yourself apart from everyone else in the locker room, it's really hard, man. It's really hard in this day and era. Back in the day, we had the liberty to be able to go out there and get over. And a lot of times we got over before we even got to the territory. So we was already established before we even got there. And I think that's what these young guys are dealing with right now. Nia Jax, before WWE, what'd you know Nia Jax from?
I don't think she was doing anything prior to.
Aaron Cross, what'd you know him from?
I knew him from Impact.
Exactly my point. That's exactly my point. Back in the day, I was on worldwide television for 10 to 12 years before I ever got to WWE.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Think about it. Think about that for 1 second. And all of those guys back in the day, those guys were household names. They were part of the family. These guys today, if they're not, extraordinary talent like a AJ Styles, you will get washed out very, very quickly in the WWE.
But I do want to say, no matter, if I connected with your character or Booker or, the audience or whatever, I hate to see anybody lose their job. It's always sucks. My heart goes out to everybody. Hopefully y'all bounce back quick. And, Tony Khan, he's got a lot of long green ducats. You know what I mean? Ring of Honor ain't around no more, but guess what? You want some opportunity.
Hey, we got plenty of opportunity.
We got abundance.
Got plenty of opportunity. Ain't got no money. Ain't got, let's just say that. We got little money.
A little bit.
You know what I mean?
But
we got a lot of opportunity here at Reality Wrestling. It's a lot of guys out there that's going to be looking for a spot, and hopefully we can fill some of those spots. We're not going to be nowhere near of what these guys are, been doing. But they got to understand that they're like on the tarmac right now. They're in a holding period right now. And they got to figure out what they're going to do while they're sitting around waiting. Time off is your worst enemy. Still trying to, hone your craft and make your craft the best you possibly can. Sitting at home, you're not going to be able to do that. I always talk about wrestling. It's not going to come to you. You got to go to it if you want to be successful in this. And there again, man, the business has changed. I'm sure over next few hours, we might even see a few more names come out. The way they're coming out, man, seem like the hits keep on hitting. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Can you dig it, sucker?
What's up, this Booker T, two-time Hall of Famer. I know you're checking out The Shine, checking out The Gloss. I want to thank you guys for checking out Row on YouTube. Hey, don't forget to click and subscribe to check out all the latest content right here each and every week. Now, can you dig that, sucker?